Okay, I just finished getting gas. Nice surprise too. Went 100 miles and 2 gallons of gas. Actually topped it off, so I'm averaging 50 miles a gallon. The guy that pulled in a Harley. I think that's a Sportster. And I'm on my way out to see a fellow vlogger, biker named Slowfaller. I think this may be my first meetup of a YouTube user. I think up till now it's all been LV, although some of the people that I met on LV also did YouTube at the same time, but since LV's getting pretty close to dead anyway, I don't really post any videos there anymore. Yeah, that's nice getting 50 miles to the gallon on this thing. I was kind of concerned because it wasn't rated as high as my Harley. My Harley used to get a solid 50, and most of the user groups of people that had experience with the Triumph America said that it was more like 42, 43 miles to the gallon, although a few people did get 50. So I guess I'm one of them, but then again, I'm a slow cruiser, so no big deal. Well, I also wanted to tell you guys about that last video on my channel, on my Suburban Rider channel at YouTube. That video wasn't even supposed to be uploaded. I keep another channel here on YouTube just for doing embeds, so that TDD report, which for those of you that don't know, TDD stands for the dumpster divers. I do that on some other sites. Some people said they did like it though and wanted me to continue posting it. What I may do is post one more at my Suburban Rider channel, and then I'll just give the link to my embed channel here on YouTube so you can go over and watch it there. That'll kind of keep them separated out, because I have another channel just for doing embeds on other sites and just keep them in different places. But yeah, for some reason I wasn't concentrating on what I was doing the night I was uploading, so I uploaded it to the wrong channel, and it wasn't even the correct video. It wasn't even a video that was ever supposed to be uploaded because it wasn't the final edit. If you look at it carefully, it was not even in the correct proportions. It wasn't cropped correctly, so I hadn't even finished it. So that was one of those nights, I think, when multitasking just got to me and I wasn't concentrating on what I was doing. In fact, I did it twice. I did it on another site that actually is our home for that particular TDD report. There's a home site that I belong to, and they're the ones that give us a home channel and support us and everything like that, called On The Air TV. And I uploaded the wrong file too. I didn't upload the final edit file. I uploaded the pre-edit. But surprisingly, I don't think anybody really noticed other than me, maybe. I noticed most all the sites now are going to the 16:9 format for widescreen. And there's a way you can do it too. If anybody's interested, I can make a little tutorial vid and show you how you can take. If you've got a camera that can do really good, it has to be pretty decent quality. It can't be a poor quality camera, but if you got a camera that produces really decent, clear and sharp 640 by 480 or 720 by 480, you can actually, by doing cropping and editing, make it look like a pretty decent 16:9 widescreen. Now, it's for sure it's not going to be 720p quality, because the 720 lines of resolution just isn't there. The most you have is 480 lines of resolution, because it's 640 by 480 format, and then besides that, to get it in right proportions, you'll be chopping off the top and the bottom. But some of the ones I've uploaded to YouTube, that's exactly what they are. I've never loaded any true 720p content, but I found out too that by the time the FLV converter or whatever else they use on YouTube gets done re-encoding it, I can't really, for my eyes, tell a huge difference between guys that upload straight 720p and my maybe half resolution, you'd call it, 16:9 format. They look pretty similar, or good enough really for what you need. So if anybody's interested, I can do a quick little vid tutorial showing you what it's all about. I also wanted to mention too something I'm kind of pissed off a little bit about. Some of you probably, the news media and everybody's been covering about that world's greatest job, where you go to an island off of Australia and they pay you just to blog and do vlogs and stuff like that for 6 months. Well, New Zealand is running a similar contest right now, and they're asking people to send in videos, and you can go to New Zealand for a kind of a working holiday for 3 months. And I thought it would be kind of cool. Like, I was talking to my friend from Australia, and he said, "Why don't you go for it, Chuck?" And I thought, you know, that might be cool. I mean, a guy in his early 50s doing motorcycle vlogs, I could maybe, they said they'd cover your expenses, so I figured, well, maybe I could rent a Harley or something and cruise around on New Zealand for 3 months and give reports and stuff like that. But come to find out, there's an age restriction, and not a minimum age restriction only. I mean, you have to be a minimum of 18, and I can see that point of it, really. But the other age restriction too to get a working holiday visa is you can't be older than 30. And I thought, man, that kind of stinks. I mean, I think there's kind of something maybe us people in our 50s could add to the mix. I mean, not that I would expect I'd have a good chance of winning, but, you know, if I should, I think I could make some pretty decent motorcycle vlogs in New Zealand. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask my biker friends, if you have it possibly to help me out in your heart, just mail a quick letter. I'll put the links to get in contact with them. Mail a quick letter to the New Zealand government, because I guess it's not the contest's fault that this is happening, although you could email them too and maybe ask them to put some pressure. But, you know, let's let some of us people that maybe are a little bit above 30 years old get a shot at it too. That's all I'm asking, is just for a shot. And they might be surprised. They might find out the people all over the internet maybe want to listen to one of us biker vloggers, especially doing a tour of a beautiful place like New Zealand. If some of you guys aren't familiar with it, the TV shows I used to watch that were filmed in New Zealand, and a lot of times just the show was just fascinating just because of the scenery, let alone the action and stuff like that, where the old shows of Hercules and Xena, they were filmed in New Zealand. Along with, if you've seen any of the Lord of the Rings series too, I believe every one of them were filmed in New Zealand. So it's an absolutely gorgeous, beautiful place. The contest people said what they're going to do is help people out financially, because the other thing that was a bit discouraging to me is you have to have a lot of finances as far as, you know, show them I got so much cash. I think it's something like 4,700 New Zealand dollars, which I don't know what the exchange rate is, but I'm sure that's probably $3,000 or $4,000 American, and show that you can afford a return trip. But the contest people said they would, if that was a limitation, they would help whatever contestant ended up winning with that. So I guess they're willing to front all the money necessarily to make it happen if you win. But if they don't change the rules and allow us people over 30 a chance to compete too, then I'm kind of out of the running. I think what I may do anyway is just send a video anyway, just on the chance that something might happen and somebody might change the rules midstream, or enough people might complain. But yeah, if any of you guys could help me out, click that link below and send a quick email to the New Zealand Immigration Department or whatever I can find for a contact, and just tell them, hey, give us people over 30 a chance too. I mean, if not a working holiday visa, put it under some other kind of deal so we can stand a chance to compete and be a part of the contest too. Okay, now I am just driven from the east side of town to the west side of the town I live in, and I'm pulling into the parking lot where the Dunkin' Donuts is. And Slowfaller gave me a call just before I left and said he was coming home from work. He was gonna stop, take his dog for a quick walk, and then be on his way now.